into the industry, you were a waitress at Simply Asia.
I know.
Is that correct?
Yes.
What do you ever think back to those days waitressing and wish something had happened differently?
I think, you know, it was so funny because I often think back to that moment, to that day when this DJ walked obviously into to order takeaways, and he wanted to put me on a compilation album.
Okay, so this is what I'm confused about.
Okay.
How did he know? Did he know you were a singer?
No, he wanted to put me on the cover.
Oh, picture of you.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Cover on this compilation kind of remix album thing. And then the manager of the restaurant knew I was a singer and like I wanted to do this and stuff. So she kind of said to him, because he said that to her, that no, she's a singer as well and she writes and stuff. So then he kind of just took a whim out of it and just said, well, here's my card and I'd love to hear your demos and stuff. So then I sent him my demos, and he then sent it to a connection that he had at like then EMI Music. And then 2 weeks later they called me and said they wanted to sign me, and it was just like such a crazy process because I wasn't even going to go into work that day. That's like the scary part. It's like I remember back
from above.
I know,
to work.
yeah, like you just anything can happen, you know. So I guess I'm like I fall into the cliche of like the right time at the right place, you know. So I do think back. I mean, I thought when I was working, I was like, life is good, like free Asian food, hooked up, you know what I mean?
Free Asian food is a pretty sweet deal.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie.
So I thought I was quite sorted until like, you know, I guess my dream came true in a way. So I'm just really happy and grateful for it.
Now, you were talking about the different audiences you experienced just a moment ago. What's the strangest thing that's ever happened to you on stage, or the weirdest thing a fan has done?
Okay, the weirdest, I don't even know if it's appropriate.
Just say it.
I guess the coolest, weirdest thing a fan has done is like written me a really long poem love letter. That's like someone's given me at a thing, and it was like really crazy and stuff, and you know, it was kind of sweet in a really cool, weird way. And then I guess the weirdest audience I've ever had was there was actually a crazy bachelorette party happening in the crowd.
I like how you explain that. There was a bachelorette party.
It
was happening.
There was a bachelorette party happening in the crowd, and this is so bad because they were so drunk out of their minds that they had like a blown up penis. Like
what?
A blown up penis thing that they were dancing with.
No. How big
in
was
the crowd?
Wait,
and they were like smacking their head with it, and they were like so drunk. And I'm on stage trying to be like sassy Chiano, you know, and I just couldn't. I was just like laughing throughout my whole set. It was just hysterical to watch, and it was just like the most weirdest encounter as an audience vibe I've gotten, because it was mainly them. Like, there was quite a solid group of girls, but they were like loving it, but just acting like totally crazy, you know.
Well, sometimes it happens.
It's a little nuts, so it's definitely the first story that comes to mind.
Well, your album definitely makes people want to dance, and they were dancing. So they had a blown up.
I don't know, all I can say is if you're about to play a gig and you can see there's a bachelorette party thing going on in the crowd, evacuate.
Abort.
Yeah, abort mission. Like, don't do it. Don't do it.
What's your favorite song on the album?
I got like, can I say two favorite songs? My two favorite songs on the album is Starving for a Kiss, which is like probably the most closest song to my heart, because it's like something about really crazy things that have happened to me in my life, that it's almost like a song about that when every person that kind of wants to be loved with all the skeletons in the closet and the baggage, and it's like one of those songs of like, you know, will he or she or whoever will like accept me, you know what I'm saying, with all these things that come along with being with me, you know what I mean? So that's the one song. And then the other song I really love is Cool Me Down, which is, for me, it was like that Michael Jackson, like I try to give it that Prince high feel of like, you know, being like that, you know, in like the 90s of those school romances where she's like lying on the bed and she's writing in a journal and like she's got a locket on her neck, you know, just kind of writing it from that whole day and age. So I really like that song a lot. I played it a lot.
Where does your fascination come from? I mean, you're talking about the 90s. Earlier you were speaking about your influences from the 60s and 70s. When did your fascination with these different time periods start?
I think I've just generally, all my life, I've just been listening to like all those eras of music, you know. Like even still to this day, you won't find like Lady Gaga on my iPod or Katy Perry or like any of these kind of artists. You know, my interest really lies very old school with those artists. I think got it from my parents. You know, my dad likes the reggae and the old school rock and roll, and my mom, you know, likes the soul and the jazz and stuff. And just all my life, I've just kind of been really interested in those artists because I feel like it's just so real and genuine in those times. You know, there wasn't technology to hide so many flaws, and you know, it was like a thing of you had to sing, you had to dance, you had to do it now. You know what I mean? You couldn't like, okay, can I do this take like 5 times and stuff, and it was just easy. All these artists of this time, when they sing, they just sung with such ease, and you know, I think I just really respect them, and I feel like I should have been born in that age, like so badly. So I just really admire them as artists, and I feel like there's just so much heart in that music. You know, it's just really what appeals to me, like from a very young age.
Speaking of your parents, what do they think of your album?
My parents, I think my dad really loves. I mean, you know how parents they love
like, everything.
They love everything.
They love
and they're
everything.
just proud. You know, I think my dad said to me that I'm kind of like worlds ahead. You know, and he said that like I took I was very brave with this album because it is kind of really, I would say, really different. He said to me, I was sure, you know, I really love it and stuff, but I think you're really brave to kind of bring out this kind of album, especially in South Africa, where, you know, obviously the 2 biggest things are like house and like rap music, and then now here's me in like Inferno, my little pop world, you know, coming in and trying to really sell my own kind of music of cosmic pop and trying to like make my own stand and stuff. So and that's what I really, you know, so here's what he said. And then my mom, she loves it. She says that it's an album that she can play from top to bottom, which makes me wonder if she never played. She should have played Hungry from top to bottom, my first album.
Just take it as a compliment.
Yeah, you know, you just like, okay, thanks,
okay, Mom.
Yeah, exactly, like, right. So that's a like then, right, or no? Like, you never know either.
Moms.
Yeah, so no, I've gotten good feedback from both of my parents, and they're very supportive of me. And I think, you know, this is only the beginning. I mean, so many artists like, you know, Earth, Wind & Fire and Stevie Wonder, they've released like freaking 55 albums, and this is my 2nd one, you know, so I feel like there's so much time to experiment and go in and out of being whatever artist you feel like you are, and, you know, this year, you know, and I feel like some disco glitter pop diva this year.
Well, everyone I've spoken to loves you and loves your disco diva popness. So congratulations.
So
let us know how we can find you online and follow your diva adventures.
You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook under ChianoSky, and then Instagram under Chichilingo, because I came on really late and everything else is taken.
Don't tell people that. Don't tell people. Just be like, Chichilingo is where it's at.
Chichilingo is where it's at. You can call me on Owa. Yeah, so you can find me on that. I'm also on SoundCloud, and you can also catch me on my record label website, which is futurenowrecords.co.za, with all the updates and cool pictures and just everything else, on those things. So check it out.